Hey guys, so we're going to change the way that we think about playing our minor chords. All right. And to be honest, it's really going to be a reharm. All right. So we're going to be in the key of E flat. All right. So when you're on a minor chord, usually we play, let's say, minor 7, minor 9, different things, whether it's a minor 13, minor anything at this point. Right. So we're going to change it to a 5 of 5. All right. Now, when you hear that, that really means just changing your chord to pretty much a dominant or a diminished chord. All right. A 5 of 5. So everything that we've learned over the 5, when I'm talking about family for dominants, things like that. So if we're in the key of E flat, the 5 is the B flat. Right. So all our little movements and things like that, we're going to shift all of that to the 2 now. All right. So now you can literally extend your voicings, or your runs, things like that. But let's get into it. So let's just say I was doing a 3, 6, 2. All right. I'm on my 2 right now. So my melody note is the E flat. Right. So instead of playing the F minor, I can do something like, all right. Now I've covered this type of chord before, but this is like the first chord. So we'll start out like this and we'll build. Okay. Now the reason I'm even able to do that, so let me give you the meat of all of this. I'm changing my 2 to a diminished or a dominant, right? And usually you start with the dominant and you make the flat 9. So the 9 of F is G flatted. Okay, and then you create your dominant chord off of that. So when you hear people say flat 9, just a diminished chord. So, all right. Now this by itself is nothing special, right? So you can hear this chord and say, okay, whatever. But once you start thinking about what you can do, and we pull from the family of 4. So my bass note is the F. I can pull from the A flat, B, and the D. Right. So I can just play a standalone chord, or I can do a idea off of that scale. So if we just doing chords, right, this right here is the B dominant. So I'm just playing a B7. All right. But I'm just inverting the chord. OK, so if you're doing a song or something and you get to that 2, usually you play just something like this. Now you have this. All right. So that's one way. A flat. Okay. You may not like that sound. Maybe you do. Okay. But I kind of like this. All right. I think I did a run one. Okay. The run I did off of that B7. So. Okay. That's just outlining. Right. You hear that a lot, especially in my runs. But I put the F in there. All right. Right. I do that a lot when I'm on the F. Okay. So I'm just combining B7 scale and the B and the F7 scale. Okay. All right. But I just want you to take these ideas so you can kind of make it your own. All right. There's a song called Jesus Will, and it's very jazzy, so you can get away with a lot of reharm. I think after they come off the intro, they say, let me see, so whether that's the chord or whatever, but it's a lot of people play, and myself included, maybe play the 2 like this, something like that. You could do something like this. Let's see. So, okay, that's the rehorn right there. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm thinking about the melody, and I'm saying, well, you remember I'm making the minor chord a 5 of 5 now, and I have the melody, which is C. Well, my family of 4, F, A flat, B, and D. Well, which one gives me that C? All right. And it's like in root position. All right. So that's one way. This is a very simple concept and idea and a chord. You're just playing a standalone, just you know, a regular D7. But in the context of playing it over an F, it's pretty cool. You know, it can really turn heads and, you know, kind of change your sound in general. So that's another way to reharm. All right. Thinking about the song and the melody. Okay. So that's again, dun, 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 and then, ooh, dun, 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 and right. And then all that stuff. Right. So, all right. So we have that idea as well. This idea I did in a previous video of this right here. So check this out. So let's do 3, 6, 2. What if I want to do something like this? Okay. I did that in a previous video. Now you want to go back and watch that because at least you will know how to place it anywhere. Okay. Because the concepts, you can take it to any key. All right. Any situation. So, all right, I'll do it slow again. Okay, and I'm over that too. And it's like, wait, yeah, I'm thinking about the F sharp major scale on that, or F sharp dominant scale. All right, okay, and you can do that even over the 5. So if you are, well, maybe not playing the song Jesus Will, but if you get to the 2, you're doing a, or my fault. So, and you do, and then the 5. Now, I don't necessarily suggest doubling up the same idea over the 2 and the 5, but I'm just showing you how it would sound. Okay, so maybe you want to save this idea for the 5. Okay, so it's like, how did you do that? So family of 4, pretty much. Okay, in this case, I'm taking a jab at these notes. So in my right hand, I'm looking at my notes of my diminished chord, and I'm saying, well, I'm going to do that off of, you know, the notes from this diminished chord, because the family 4 dominant says it's off of your bass note, but you can also do it off of the actual dominant, or not dominant, but diminished chord you're playing in your right hand. Okay, so hopefully that's not too confusing. Okay, so all right, let's see. So back to the 2, and you can do this over the 6 as well. All right, remember, I just want to give you the concept, and then you can just take it. All right, so I'm actually gonna stop, you know, after this, you know, okay, because now at this point you should be able to go to your, let's just say you on your 2. Usually you start with what you just heard. So if you go to the 2 in E flat, and instead of playing a minor chord, you say, well, okay, I have my flat 7, I mean my flat 9. Now what? You're thinking about either the F dominant, A flat dominant, B dominant, or D dominant. Okay. All right. Now, if you're trying to do that one little kind of contrary movement that I did in the last video, over your flat 9 chord or that diminished chord, you are looking at your right hand. Okay. And when you're playing your diminished chord, you're saying, well, I have options over the F sharp, A, C, and E flat, or D sharp. And this is the thing, guys, it's only 3 dominant chords in general. So you're going to go to a different key and you're going to say, wait a minute, this is the same thing. Like, it's the same movement because it's only 3 diminished chords. Okay. So you're going to find yourself getting to a point to where it's like, wow, I see how I can become really fluent at this, is because now I'm starting to recycle the same thing in a sense. But if it's used in a different context, it's going to still make your sound just kind of out this world type thing. People are going to be like, man, you're playing outside, but also inside at the same time. So inside the key at the same time. All right. So I'll stop there without yapping too much. Okay. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. All right. Talk with you guys soon.